bonita la cama, qué bien se ve el mar, bonito es el día que acaba de empezar, bonita la vida.
Good morning.
Respira, respira.
Good morning, everyone. If you didn't hear that song, quick translation, todo me parece bien. It's going to be a great day. Everything is going great. It's one of my favorite songs. I have a pop quiz for you. What instructional tool can you measure, record, graph, write about, sing about, and hypothesize in? What educational space rots and reproduces at the same time, is a place you can break a sweat in, is insanely nutritious, delicious, packed with phytonutrients, and is solar powered? And what instructional material can withstand the elements, follows the seasons, is not always predictable, and can be connected to every culture in the world and has been shown to grow and build your community? I think I know you know the answer. I say school, you say garden. School! Garden. School! Garden. Thank you for being here. My name is John Fisher. I work with LifeLab in Santa Cruz County, in Santa Cruz, California. I'm part of the School Garden Support Organization Network, and I'm on the core planning committee for this conference. I'll tell you, about 4 years ago, I met Lindsay from the Sprouts Foundation, and she said, hey, I've been thinking about, of all the folks that I fund in my grants, we should have this national conference. And I literally fell on the floor. They had to pick me back up, because this is a dream of mine. Thank you for being a part of this dream. I've been working as an environmental educator for close to 30 years. It actually started 30 years from this coming June, just 70 miles from here in Mount Evans in Colorado. It was my first job working with kids in a forest. And along the way, I've discovered with kids that with the sun, soil, water, and air, and a little bit of care, it makes for everything that we eat and everything that we wear. I've worked with students that have been affected by trauma of immigrating to the United States. And one kid hadn't spoken a word in a school setting until I offered him a strawberry in the garden. And he spoke his first word in a school garden. I have worked with kids that when I ask, how was your day today? They're running back from the garden, looking over their shoulder and saying, that was the best day of my life so far. And it's because they just ate and harvested a 6-plant part burrito. And I've had countless parents come up to me and say, how'd you get my kids to eat beets? And my daughter, she taught me how to make a more nutritious salad. And she has a favorite salad dressing. You've experienced these things as well. We know that these are powerful tools. Now, school gardens are kind of like a puppy, right? Everybody wants one, right? But I'll be the first to say that creating and sustaining school gardens is not an easy task. The easiest part is installing the garden. A few $1,000s, couple of community work days, poof, you got yourself a school garden. But how do we get gardens to continue to thrive in year 3, 5, 9? Or in the case of Santa Cruz County, we have gardens that are 40 years and running. That's worth an applause. It's about building culture. That's a separate talk. There's not one way to create school gardens. There are hundreds. And we are gathered here at the first National School Garden Conference for us to share different ways to create effective school gardens. You might learn a tip like, hey, you can use a long-term sub to release your classroom teacher who could then serve as your garden coordinator throughout the school year. Or you might hear about how you can get parents to come in and adopt your worms during the summer so that they don't die. Or you might better understand what it means to plant with a purpose so that you're harvesting your food while kids are still in season at your school site. So to get us into the spirit of sharing ideas related to creating and sustaining school gardens, we have a little task we're going to do. There's 4 steps. Step 1 and step 2 are right here. So on your table, you'll find some colored paper. There's pens. And what I want you to do is I want you to write down a tip for something that has made your school gardens thrive. So that might have been like, hey, we collect greens from the local grocers to make our hot compost pile. Or that might be, hey, we learned a great way to track our grants so we can easily replicate grants for the next grant cycle that comes along. So write that one tip down, and let me tell you about your second step. So then after you write down your tip that has made one of your gardens or your program successful, you're going to fold your tip into a paper airplane. Once you have your paper airplane, you're going to find someone that's new to you, so they might not be at your table. And you're going to find that person, and you're going to share 3 things. You're going to share who you are, where you work, and what your tip was, okay? And then once I see everybody's got their paper airplanes and they've done a little bit of sharing, you're going to hear me do this. And then we're going to learn about step 3 and step 4. Write your tip, make an airplane, share with a neighbor. I see a lot of you reaching back into your, how do I make an airplane? Step 3 and step 4 are coming now. We are going to count down from 10 to 1, and then we're going to make our best launch noises. Your planes are going to fly across the room, sharing your ideas literally through the wind. No. Go for it. Retrieve a tip! Retrieve a tip that has fallen from the heavens! Take that and keep it in your pocket!